What up? What up? Wanted to jump on right now and have this live interview real quick. I wanted to talk for a few minutes about starting from scratch and building things up. So I got a guest on right now. There you go.
Yeah, hold up. Let me find me a little filter. Wait a minute. I gotta be set.
A
Huh?
filter. I woke up like this.
I really did. Anyway, I don't even know if it worked. What's happening, sir?
Not much. Not much. I
Look,
don't.
got that signature series back there. You see it?
I see it, man. People should be out shopping right now.
And it
Get
got a twin sister. Little
this.
hat press. Little hat press. You feel me?
So we're supposed to have this talk. I just haven't formatted to do it on YouTube. I really don't do the over the internet stuff. But today I decided to.
All right.
All right. So I wanted to jump on. I got like 20 minutes here to kind of have this conversation. And then I know
What up,
you over,
Sean?
but I wanted to take people back. And I wanted to take them back to we had a conversation about your following and the current following that you had and start over. You remember
Yeah,
that?
I did. When I started over, yeah, created a new page.
Before you started over, you was kind of reluctant. Why were you reluctant?
So, meaning the audience.
Yeah.
The audience and the
What did you
engagement
find
and
the hobby
things.
was? Where did the idea come from when it came to like starting your Instagram over? I know I kind of told you why you should. I gave you a bunch of reasons, but in your mind, you were kind of afraid of a little bit. I'm gonna say afraid, but you didn't know what to do. So what brought you to that point where you was like, I might have to do this. I don't know what to do. I'm not getting support. The business, I don't want to run, a custom business. What is all of that? What was that thought processes back then?
So this was before I really knew anything about niches and niching down and different things like that, right?
Right.
So it was like it went from the online boutique to custom. So I had traffic from the boutique, traffic from customs, and then trying to rebrand with that same audience. So it was like those people was like they wasn't feeling the new wave. So they like, okay, speed past that. Okay, yeah, I might like it, I might not, I might hit the website, but I'm not about to. No,
What,
I'm not.
what was your subscriber count back then?
I want to say, was it 700 or 800?
Right.
It might be 700 or 800.
How long ago did we have that conversation? Was it like what 6 months ago now? Was it that far?
June, July-ish, something like
Yeah.
that, maybe.
So right around 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
So you started a new Instagram. We came up. My viewpoint was I much rather have 10 people that's ready to buy what I got, or a thousand people that's just sitting here watching what I'm doing.
Watching. Yep.
And I think, so you were at a place of saying, I think entrepreneurs overall is like you were selling boutique clothes, you started doing custom shirts. At what point did you realize like I'm kind of tired of doing custom shirts?
So during COVID, because once upon a time the custom orders were coming, like they were coming like real good. But I'm doing like schools. My daughter was a cheerleader, so I'm doing the coaches, the cheer moms, dads, whatever. So during COVID, of course, nobody going nowhere. People not really spending no money because they not going nowhere, so they don't need custom shirts. So it slowed down. Then it turned to one shirt here, one shirt there, one shirt. Let me get Bobo on the back. Let me get TT on the sleeve. Let me get Uncle Nick on the. It was
Running you
look.
ragged.
And I honestly felt like I was spending a lot of time, more time designing. And at that time I was only doing vinyl with my
Right.
Cricut. I'm spending more time sitting here designing the stuff, which I could have got most of it from Etsy and whatever, but I still want to put my own spin to it. Then the weed in the process, it was too much. It was too. Oh, you giving me a headache thinking about it.
Negative, right? Right.
But
So
don't get me wrong, the money is in the customs if you feel me, if you niche it. But remember, I wasn't niche, so
right.
I was all over the place.
I mean, I think ultimately we figure out because the time that you spend designing, you technically not getting paid for it when it comes to like doing a custom shirt because you're not charging them. So I always had the mindset that you had to be done in custom shirt in 15 minutes. If I'm thinking past 15 minutes, it's taking too much time uh on a custom shirt. But you know, with all that back and forth and like the runaround that the customers give you, and then they don't even know sometimes, but they know they want a shirt. It's a crazy process. So first thing we wanted to do is like you had the mindset of getting bigger orders. Like all right, I just want to get bigger orders.
Make it make
Um,
sense.
so do you remember the advice that I gave you from back then about like how to make that transition or how the transition would go?
You were saying like basically what you post is kind of like what you put out there is what you get. So if my goal is larger orders, whether it be family birthday party, I need to post the larger orders versus the 1 and 2 shirts here and there because that's what I'm gonna attract. So if I'm looking for families and classes and groups, I need to put those out there so they'll know.
Think that held? Do you think that held true?
Heck
At
yeah.
doing it, right? So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people like they want to get bigger orders, maybe doing custom shirts throughout the and that is what I firmly believe. And you know, that was from my own experience. Like if I look back at all of the different markets that I've been in a ton of markets, you know, schools, colleges, uh, clothing brands and stuff like that. It's some of that is the stuff that what do you want to print, and then some of that stuff is like what's making you money as well. And you kind of find a gap, like you understand quickly what type of customer you want to have, right? So now
Right.
you're selling customs. You're doing now. You had the boutique for a little bit, and now you making a transition again. And this was restarting Vibe and Prestige and running it as a brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, what was your thought processes like? Again, I'm going back to it because I wanted you to kind of go deeper into it, but you were pretty much afraid to start from scratch. Like, oh man, I don't want to start from scratch, right? So looking
Right.
at that time, what made you nervous?
I guess having to start over, having to recreate the content, having to, even though at the time the content was trash, but I thought it was the shit. You know what I'm saying? But after doing my research, like having to recreate the content, just build up the following. And it's like when I did actually do it, step out on faith, just go, and just specifically the brand, it's like the engagement crazy. Like I only got like probably 1,500 some followers, but when you see the
Yeah,
engagement, like
back
it's
then there was that you was at 700 back then
with no engagement.
with no engagement. You could even right now if you'd have just changed what you were doing, you would have had, you know, maybe 2,000 subscribers or followers rather, but they still wouldn't have been engaged. Like even
Exactly.
then it would throw off everything that's going on based on you know how the algorithm works, right? How many people are actually engaged and stuff like that. So looking back, do you think starting from zero was a good idea?
Heck yeah. Because anybody that, especially where they rebranding or what I call a pivot, those people that's there for the past, even if they weren't engaging for the old stuff, they not finna engage for the new stuff. Like it's a lot of people that change their personal pages and promote their business and stuff like that. They are not there for that. Like on my personal page, you see I post stuff about my business stuff. They just yeah, that's cute. Yeah. But I post me, I post the kids, my mama, my daddy, my husband, something. They like, hey, they not there for that.
Yeah, that's I mean, and that's a part of the process of like, you know, as we grow as entrepreneurs, even like what I do right now, some of my content is completely changed. I'm less hands-on right now, and I'm more so talking about like forget all of that. You can go back there and learn all of that. But where we going, this is honestly a mental game, right? Like
Right.
take all of this labor. Running a business is all mental and how you look at it and how you think do things. So a lot of what we talk about is kind of like the mindset, right? We talk about understanding how much money you're making, how much time stuff is taking you. You know what I'm saying to do because at the end of the day, you know, for small business owners, people working from home, people starting brands, you're in it to make money. And if it's not really making you money to how much it's not making you, it doesn't make sense to me, at least. And I know that was one of your challenges. So you rebrand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pick a new platform and you get on TikTok. And how has that been for your business?
It's funny because the dude, Sean, he in here right now in the chat. So I've been on TikTok since the pandemic. I just get on there and dance and act the fool. You remember? Did no.
Using TikTok in a business mindset.
Yeah. So once I actually figured it out, like, okay, so you mean to tell me I could come over here and actually market my brand and like really get more? Because the main thing is brand awareness, not so much just sales. Look at him, Lex to go. Thank you. Not so much just sales, but this is the more people that's watching and following. Those are more eyes on my brand. That's gonna share it. That's gonna tag and whatever else. So I had to learn. So I got with him, Sean, from T-isms, and he gave me a couple of plays because it was stuff I wanted to do. And he's like, no, that's not it's not brand related. No, take it down. So he gave me a couple of plays and 1 or 2 videos, and I'm talking, it was going up. I'm talking going up. It was going up. And all I was doing, I was standing at the heat press, showing my little shirt, and then talking about how people not interacting with my clothing brand. People that like t-shirts and hoodies. And they ran, I'm telling you, Shopify. It was like that one reel where you be like, ding, 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 ding. That shit was real.
I used to call that the PayPal game back when I was slinging shirts all crazy.
It was real because I remember I messaged him, I messaged you. I'm like, what? This how we get down with the t-shirt game? Okay.
I think I haven't met him. I've seen some stuff that I've seen him on the interview with Charles and his brand and different things like that. I need to get on TikTok. Now I'm like the dinosaur of times, right? Because I'm stuck in my ways of what's going on. And looking at the entire like scope of the things is like, hey, I always tell people, man, pick a platform. You don't got to master every, it's a lot of stuff going on right now. But if you find one that you get into, and now like you active on Instagram, but you really active on TikTok, and whatever platform it is for you that takes off for you, you just feed that one and you kind of cultivate the other ones a little bit here and there too, or whatever the case is. But it's very interesting how things move. And I can lay the foundation when it comes to anything technical, printing, getting started, even branding, like organic marketing and stuff like that. But I think it's very, very intricate that people like Charles, people like even I don't know his name. What's his name? Sean, right? Who taught you like now you like, yo, you need to get with him because you want to learn Snapchat. People like that are going to be important throughout this journry, right?
Wait, so, Snapchat? What they doing over there?
I mean, not what's the other one?
TikTok. I was going to say, don't tell me that. Don't make me find me a Snapchat coach.
All of these platforms, right? But when you look at the journey of different things, it's like you've gotten to a point now where you're bridging the gap with your technical hands-on experience, and then you're using now social media and the marketing to now bring this whole thing together, right? So all of these social media platforms, what made you decide like TikTok was the one? Because there are so many. I didn't even know people still was on Twitter. I mean, I left Twitter back in college, but like people were still active on Twitter, right? You got Snapchat, you got TikTok, you got Instagram, Facebook is still a thing, right? So what was it that said, out of all these platforms, I'm going to go away from the Instagram route, I'm going to go to the fucking TikTok route. All of these goddamn platforms.
So I was contemplating. So my goal for this last quarter was more brand awareness. So I was contemplating Facebook ads. I went through that route before, and Facebook was taking my little coins, and I was like, I can't do this. I got to figure out another platform. So I even signed up for Pinterest because apparently you could sell your stuff and do little mini videos on Pinterest. Couldn't figure that shit out. So I'm like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. And it got to be another way. It got to be another way. Somebody posted him on their story. Ari from Tease Alive posted him on their story. I don't know what it was, but something was like, sign up for the class. Sign up for the class. I ain't know, bro, from Adam. I ain't know nothing. Signed up. And what he was talking about was like, he was showing some numbers of some brands he worked with. And I was like, I did my research, went and looked at them brands, seeing the stuff that I was like, okay. And it really just wasn't even intentional for real. But when it really popped like that, I said, oh yeah, I gotta figure this out. So just the more brand awareness organically, free platforms that some of us are afraid to show up for. And all I gotta do is an 8-second video marketing my brand, and I got like 90,000 women in less than a week. Like what? I mean,
I think, you know, I think that's a great story for anybody, right? Even like we got the boutique now, and she changed her personal page into her business page, and I kind of like, I'm gonna rock with you whatever you want to do, but I think you should start over, because it is something to be said about building a platform, at least starting it out organically, right? Like starting it out organically and laying the foundation down. I feel like all of that time we had the foundation down. Like now you just like, it's nothing for you to process. How many orders about a day are you processing at this point?
I mean,
Day roughly.
It just kind of depends, anywhere from like 15 to 20. And of course, I'm gonna pull out them one orders first and knock them out. You know what I'm saying too? So if I have it on hand without having to hit up Alpha Broder or get my transfers or something like that, I could at least, let me be realistic and maybe say 10 to 15 to be realistic.
I mean, I remember talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I remember we was talking some days and you like, I just did 30, 26. You know what I'm saying? And it's great because you're being able to leverage something free, right? Like you hear stories, success stories about paid ads from Instagram and Facebook, but it doesn't work for everybody. You might try to get in if you get the right, you know, sometimes it could be coaching or philosophy, or it could just be not the platform for you, right?
Yeah.
When you were like, you ain't want to be on live and do things. I'm like, man, you better get on live, better turn the camera on. People don't care, right?
Right.
Like, how is that? Like, you know, being nervous a little bit early on, now becoming more personal, and now you just on there acting a fool.
Right. I was on live. Matter of fact, I was just on TikTok live for like 45 minutes packing all these orders. Just on there playing Christmas music because they don't really
know they had live on TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And then the lives. Yes. You can actually get more personal because, you know, on a TikTok video, you can't really get personal. But one key thing, too, most of the people, and you got to keep in mind, most of your people from TikTok, they'll come follow your Instagram because that's when they in the stories, they saying, oh, is she working on my order? Is that my shirt? Because, you know, I'm always letting, and they love when that press pop open. They love when that press pop open.
I literally just told a big company, I'm like, yo, y'all need to become more personable. And I was just we talking, and I'm doing some consulting and stuff like that. And I'm just like, yo, like y'all, like, just imagine this order comes in now and you packing the order, you slapping the label on the box, and you like, yo, Lex, we're shipping your order.
Oh, like, they love it.
Like that would draw you in to be more a part of it. Like now it's the anticipation for you is building up. It gives them something to talk about. But these are all things that I know as a small person, but companies as they grow and get big, they get away or they don't do it because it's no ROI, but because of the brand and the aspect that they look at what's worth time and what's not, right? As a lot of companies move towards social media, they got to find their personality. And that's one of the things we did well with Supercolor is, you know, basically I created the personality of what it was, right? And it's the exact opposite of who it's made for, right? What we know Supercolor is as now is it's about the people, it's about the streets, it's about people out here in their houses printing and stuff like that. But it wasn't even made for us. But
you know what? That's another thing that
I was saying that goes to show you how when you talk about like whatever you show is what you get. It's the same concept at scale. So if you want to have a brand, just be the brand all day long, every day, wherever you go, stand out and be that brand. And that's what you're doing. But as a company, whatever it is that you want to be known for, just stand out every day and do that. Right? Go ahead.
That's what I was saying. Like even TikTok, it changed my whole mindset too, because I'm marketing, and this is like no offense to nobody. We all know we all different colors, but I'm marketing to like Black women, unapologetic, hella confident. Like you can't tell me shit, right? So I get on TikTok and the whole thing is different. Like it's like most of them are white women. Most of them are, they're totally different. Like they're to that point where they want to be confident. They're inspired to get that vibe that, you know, and people buy from people. So it changed my whole mindset. Like I'm sending out Black Girl Magic stickers in their packages. I had to go on Amazon and order some
Some more generic,
BU sticker. You know what I'm saying? It just
some
kind of
more
changed the
generic.
way, which they know, of course, and a lot of people, there's another thing, they're looking for Black owned businesses. They're looking for women owned businesses. They want to shop small these holidays. So it's like they I don't know, but it changed my whole mindset about even who I was marketing to or who I thought my brand was for.
This is definitely like the time for people to thrive. And then one of the things that basically that goes with what you're saying is that you don't get to decide, right? You don't get to decide. The market decides. So for anybody afraid to put out what it is or whatever that they're working on, you don't decide. Even the things that you think is going to be the most successful, this thing, everybody going to love it. You put it out, you won't get one sale for that item. But it's because you liked it, right? Birds of a feather flock together
Yes.
and all of that stuff that goes into it. So, you know, putting yourself around people that you want to sell to around that stuff and start to feel it out, it'll be good, man. We gotta have a lot more of these chats because we've been on a long journey. Like a lot of people want one-on-one with me. You kind of got it's a few people who got in early enough before I kind of got too big to be able to do a lot of one-on-ones that I still conversate with. And your business has gone in 50 different directions up to this point. And I
Man,
tell people you can take this thing wherever you want to go, but all of the knowledge that you're using also applies. You
period.
just change the way that you view things, the way that you're thinking about things. Your product changes, but the systems and the lessons that you learn definitely translates into
Thank
any item and different things like that. So if nobody told you, I'm proud of you. You know,
Hey, thank you, boss.
over
You
there
know, you
grind.
always been the boss to me because you know, I go through a panic and be like, wait, what I supposed to do? How much I supposed to charge for this? Wait, you be like, read the book. I'm like, but I can't get to that book right
Yeah,
now.
I do the work, man. That's what I keep. And it's crazy because people like everybody wants the direct answer. Everybody wants the answer right now, but I can answer you now, and tomorrow you're gonna have another question about this the same question, maybe slightly about a different product, right?
Thank y'all.
But overall, if I teach you how to fish, if I teach you how to think about this stuff, you'll be able to go on and do things without me. You'll be able to not have to wait on nobody else because you understand the thought process that goes into whatever decision is that you're making. So I never tell you what to do. What heat press you should buy. Well, what are you gonna be doing?
I
What
know you like which
equipment you
one you
buy
like.
next?
I don't know. You the expert. You tell me.
You know, you gotta work back
But
and result. So
I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all the help and all the encouragement.
so
I'm
before
thankful.
before we sign off, man, tell me something that you think somebody with a brand should implement today to make their business better?
Show up, put the shirt on you, and get rid of them placing mock-ups. Show the people who you are. People
Right?
buy from people.
People buy from people. It's the time to it's the time to walk in your truth. Put yourself around your people like yourself, doing the things that you want to do. And you too can have some success. And don't be afraid to start from zero, man. I think that's why I kind of wanted to have this conversation because literally 6 months ago, she had a page with about 700 something followers. And they were like, the engagement wasn't too high. You heard her say it. And she wanted to go in a different direction. And I kind of encouraged her, listen, just start from scratch. Just start from scratch and go get 10 people and go get 20 people. And the
Thank you.
gratitude money that you get to make throughout that process will be a lot better because those people will be there for what you're there for, and they'll be there to do everything that you need. So, like I said, man, I'm proud of you. I got another call. We're gonna have another chat. We're gonna have a few more chats because we got a lot to kind of go go back through and talk about. But it was great to get on live.
Thank you.
Pack
And
them
thank you for getting me out of my live shell. It's up
yeah,
now. Y'all gonna see me on live all the time.
yeah. Get on and have a conversation because I told you that you got something coming next. If you prepare for it, you got a whole nother opportunity and a new business model and everything that could go along with what you're doing. So it's time
Right.
for that.
I'm ready. Scared money don't what?
Make no money. You know that.
Hey.
All
All right.
right.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.